let's talk about exhaustion. Because I think we've been taught to misunderstand exhaustion. Most people assume they're exhausted because they're doing too much. Too many responsibilities, too many demands, too much to carry. And sometimes that is true. But very often that's not actually what is draining us. What I see again and again is a different kind of exhaustion, and it comes from living with an internal contradiction. Bear with me as I explain, because it's when one part of you quietly knows something, yet another part of you is still loyal to how you've always done something. So how it's always been. So you're loyal to a role, a plan, a version of yourself that once made sense, even if it doesn't quite fit anymore. It's a random loyalty, you could say, to a different version of yourself that you're ready to move on from. So we're tired, not just because of that, but because we're managing a tug of war. And you might know deep down that a certain direction doesn't feel right anymore, or that you've outgrown a way of working or relating or pushing yourself. But at the same time, there's a very practical voice saying, this is what pays the bills, or this is what I've always built, or I can't afford to step back now. And we tell ourselves these stories and excuses. And that conversation doesn't just happen loudly. It's like this quiet thing in the background, and it carries attention day after day like a low-grade virus. And this is also why so many people who are smart, capable, and self-aware find themselves procrastinating or overthinking. It's not that they don't want to do something or achieve something. It's that doing anything would mean choosing one part of themselves over another. I mean, it sounds crazy. It's not that we're schizophrenic or anything. It's just that it's a big risk. And so instead of moving forward, we pause and second guess, or at least the body feels safer. And the important thing to understand here is that your work is not to force a decision. It's not about pushing to get a clearer or braver or more certain answer. This is when I encourage people to tap into their true self, like their sovereign self, and come home to the easy answer, to our inner knowing. And that usually starts by being aware that we have this thought about running out of time, or that something is really urgent and heavy, and that there's no other option, and that I can't trust myself to find another way, or if I stop pushing, everything will fall apart. And these are just beliefs that are keeping us under that pressure and blocking the flow of ease and grace. So when those beliefs soften, just a little, something shifts, and our energy actually comes back because we've released that pressure from ourselves and allowed the natural flow of the universe to simply take over and support us. Now, that may sound quite magical for some people and hard to believe, but that's what alignment feels like. And if you want to explore this for yourself, I suggest try this gently. So notice one inner argument you may have been carrying lately, and instead of trying to solve it, just ask yourself what belief might be keeping it in place. And it might be difficult for you to see this from a heartfelt answer, so I'm going to give you a process that helps you to tap into your heart and hear the messages of your soul. So you don't need to rush the answer in this, just often it's easier to allow yourself to get into this breathing process I'm going to share with you, and then the answers are released. So seeing the pattern in itself can be part of that transformation, but allow me to give you a trick to really understanding what to do next. So take your time, and I'll ask you to do this in your own time, because it will be a process that you need your own time frame for. Now, simply find a space where you can lie down as if you're going to do a meditation. So you want to have your eyes closed, and you're going to calm down your breath by taking the first breath in for say 4 seconds, and then breathing out for at least 6 seconds, if not double the time. The important thing here is that you're traveling your mind and you're moving into your heart. So what happens here is when you breathe in for a shorter amount than you breathe out, you calm down that nervous system. And if you hold your hands on your heart, or even a prayer position, simply to bring attention to that area, you'll find that you're almost breathing through your heart. After a few breaths like this, I suggest you ask yourself, you ask your heart for the answer you need to hear for whatever conundrum you find yourself in at this time. And that is the trick. I look forward to hearing how you get on. Let me know in the comments below.